Hey guys, so I'm a bit late on this topic, and I say this a lot, and it's just because I've had a bit of a 2 weeks. How many times am I gonna say that? Is life just always coming your way? Like, is life always just like a thing that just like comes at you, and you learn to just like take it on? Maybe I just haven't learned to take it on. Anyway, but I'm hoping to be on a bit of a better schedule now. Subscribe with the bell icon for engagement. Let's get into the video just straight away. So today we're talking about the Patreon situation, Patreon fake pregnancy situations. This video might be a little bit shorter because there's really not that much to go over, but there's enough to spark a conversation. So today we're talking about Caroline, and now her surname is really giving me a problem. Constna. She has 1 million subs, but only 23 videos. I mean, slay. Iconic, kind of. And her last video was posted a year ago. And she makes this like kind of weird content. It's kind of like, feels a bit old-timey, but a bit of a commentary, a bit of a something. And I don't know, it just feels very interesting. I bet she was fine before all of this happened. And then she obviously stopped posting for a year. Doesn't really divulge into why, but that comes into play later as to why she didn't say kind of why she went away for a year, why she's coming back. And then she posts a 5-minute video called I Have an Announcement, and it is a pregnancy announcement. She shows the pregnancy test plus like a really dramatic reaction in the car.
I'm ovulating and I had like a plug of blood come out and I was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant.
Because she is in her early 20s. Let me actually look up her actual age. Oh, she was born in 2003. Jesus, so she is young. 21. Because we're in 2024, but we're at the beginning of 2024, so she could still be 20. So she's like 2021. So she's obviously very young. This is like a big deal to be pregnant at that age.
I'm actually so good. I want to have a kid. I just don't think I can have a kid right now. And I really want a kid. I do want a kid. And I'm not being stupid. I'm not being like, oh, well, you're young. You don't really know what it's like. You have so much life to live. Ew! I'm having a baby. Like, I'm having the baby. It's not like I'm getting rid of it. It's like, I'm having the baby. I'm gonna have a baby.
Now looking back on it, the pregnancy test did look a little bit fake. Like, the lines were very dramatic for dramatic effect. In this video, she is showing, you know, like a montage of her being pregnant. Oh, Phoebe looks so cute right now, sleeping in her bed. Let me do Phoebe cam. Oh my god. Is my whole day, my whole life just taking pictures of Phoebe? Absolutely. I thought I woke her up there. Absolutely. I love just taking pictures of her. I love taking videos of her. I love her so much. She did cut her foot yesterday, which wasn't great. I think she stepped on like a thorn or something, but she didn't even realize. And then I just like put her foot into a bowl of water and I just gently washed it, and she was completely fine. So I think she's okay. It was just a little bit. She's a brave girl. She shows this like montage of obviously pregnancy and like her growing belly. Now in hindsight, again, the belly looks really fake.
I am currently in my 2nd trimester.
But that's in hindsight of like what this has become essentially, right? And I think the bit that gets me is her speaking on actual kind of struggles that women go through, but now in hindsight, knowing that it's fake, it makes it so upsetting. So first of all, it's the like how overwhelming it is to be pregnant at 20 and knowing that you're going to become a mother to someone, and when everyone else is just kind of like lost, confused, eating pot noodles, like she's having to now think of another life. And I think that's something that's obviously a massive struggle, mainly in the States, when like some states are banning abortion or taking back abortion rights, etc, etc. Like, I think that is a massive conversation. If it was true, like if it was a true struggle that she was going through, I think it'd be an incredible conversation for someone with that much of an outreach to have, and then to waste that opportunity on this sucks, honestly.
And let me tell you something, being pregnant is exactly what they say it is. It's
pretty awful. It's very overwhelming to be 20 and pregnant because I'm around other 20-year-olds that are like, I don't even know what I'm like doing right now. Like, I don't even know who I am or what I want in life. And I'm just like, that sounds tough. Me personally, I'm about to throw out 18 years of my life doing the most selfish thing one could possibly do.
And then the worst one, in my opinion, is her discussing her fertility issues that she has allegedly had. Now, I don't know if she actually has fertility. Like, I don't know when the lies end and the truth begins with this. And that's kind of what happens when you lie, is people start doubting everything you say, right? So, like, I don't actually know if she has fertility issues, if that's something that she is actually thinking about. I don't know, but she speaks basically about fertility issues and how it was a miracle that she got pregnant to begin with, and then if she goes through with, let's say, an abortion, then she doesn't know if she could ever get pregnant again. Like, let's say she's not ready now, she has an abortion, and then she decides that she wants to have kids in the future in like 10 years time. She doesn't know if she'll be able to because she already has fertility issues. And then she doesn't know if she'll have this child, if she'll be able to conceive again in the future. So these are obviously massive problems that women go through on a daily basis, like around the world.
Remember how I had like shit going on with my uterus when I was 16? Like, I had surgeries just to get stuff removed, so like my fertility's always been kind of weird. I'm pregnant, and if there's any kind of like surgical intervention, I could really f up my fertility. Like, I might not be able to have a kid again. And then the other thing is that if I have this kid, it's very likely that I won't be able to have another one.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
And to use that as a little bit, yeah, I don't know when the truth ends, lies begin. Like, it's shocking to me that she would speak about things in such a way. Anyway, so then she thanks everyone for the support.
I slapped this video together just to let you all know where I've been for the past few months and where I'm gonna be in the coming months. And I really hope that I can take you on this journey with me. Thank you guys for staying here with me and being here with me and hopefully supporting me in the future. So stay tuned, guys.
Then she posts a 3-minute video called I Lost the Baby. And now she has changed the description to say, I understand it was inappropriate for me to lie about being pregnant. My bad. Full stop. And that's it. She hasn't addressed it again. She hasn't posted another video. She didn't do a pinned comment. She's changed the first line of the description, which is like, okay. At the beginning, there's a skit of her looking for the baby, and then she says, I lost the baby, into like it's supposed to be like this joke. Like, I lost the baby, like she misplaced it somewhere.
Okay, guys, I lost the baby and I don't know exactly where I put it. It has to be around here somewhere.
And she then goes on to discuss the parasocial relationships and how she's had this parasocial relationship since she started her channel at 15, and how this was basically proof of this parasocial relationship because people believed this, I guess.
No, I am not pregnant. And I'm sure some of you are shocked. I'm sure some of you are not surprised at all. I'm sure some of you don't care. But some of you might be asking, when you're a content creator, the line between entertainment and reality is very blurred. Your audience will become very attached to an abstraction of yourself. And the odd thing is that this connection can become very personally meaningful to the viewers, whilst not being personally meaningful to the creator itself. Your attention is monetarily valuable to me. And unless you have some narcissistic tendencies, which a lot of us do, the experience of having a parasocial relationship with your audience can be very uncomfortable.
Her idea of a parasocial relationship, and this is like, oh my god, I'm having so many thoughts. This is like the pseudo-intelligent take of what a parasocial relationship is. She told a lie on the internet, framed it as the truth, and then said, oh my god, you guys actually believe me? Parasocial relationship. That's like the most surface level bottom tier understanding of what a parasocial relationship is. Also, there is this like mix up of parasocial with empathy. Having empathy for someone and compassion for someone is not the same as having a parasocial relationship with someone, because if you're not, let's say, a sociopath who lacks empathy, that's quite like, it's in the definition, right? If you're not a sociopath, then you are able to have empathy and compassion for someone who you don't know without having a parasocial / unhealthy relationship with them. And so her idea of like proving a parasocial relationship is saying like, hey guys, I'm going through this really hard thing. Oh, you believed me and you felt bad for me? Unhealthy. She really thought she was making some kind of a point here, and it was supposed to sound really intelligent and like deep, and she's one of those girls that's just like so deep, and it was so the opposite of deep. What's the opposite of deep? It was like a mountain. Instead of being like deep, it was like a mountain. It was up here. She was up in the Alps with her take. She also then somehow tries to use, and like everyone on the internet has gotten death threats and threats of violence and aggression. Does that make things okay? No. But does everyone go through it? Yes. So she basically says like, I did this because of the parasocial relationship people have with me. For example, people used to send me threats at 15. And so that makes you think that you should try to fool your audience into believing that you're pregnant to... Please link this all for me in my head, please. Because I'm like, none of this is adding up together. And once again, this is this like pseudo-deep, pseudo-intelligent take. When it's not. Like I said, mountain, we're up here.
I'll give you an example. When I was 15 and I first started making content, I had a lot of people threaten to me every day. And if you could imagine, this was not fun. And the problem with this, beyond the obvious, is that there's no meaningful way to respond to this interaction. The offender has anonymity, and in some way, so do I. So I'm not treating them like a real person. They're not treating me like a real person. You're not real. And I'm not real, and none of this is real. And yet, the effect that we have on each other is still very real.
And then, all of this is her way of having a YouTube comeback. She wants to come back to YouTube, and she's opening up a Patreon so that, I guess, she'll share on there why she was gone and why she's back.
I lied about being pregnant as a joke. And the joke is not that pregnancy under strenuous circumstances is funny. The joke is not that the audience was gullible enough to believe that I was pregnant. The joke is you connected to something that wasn't real. And I have become something that isn't real. We all come here to find this connection over and over again. And we don't really find it until now, when you subscribe to my Patreon. This entire stunt has been an advertisement for my Patreon. I'm also announcing that I'm coming back to YouTube. Listen, I wanted to come back to YouTube and explain to everyone why I had been gone and what had happened to me in that time that made me want to come back. But some of you in my audience are pretty weird, and I don't blame any of you. You know, you can't help being weird, but I didn't think that it would be healthy for me to expose myself like that to all of you. And that's why I decided to keep a lot of my more sensitive information behind a paywall, where I would hope some of the audience would be more intentional with how they interact with me, because now it costs money to do so.
And so now I put forward the question of, isn't a Patreon a higher tier level of a parasocial relationship than just a YouTube channel? Because there's a YouTube channel where like we have a bit of a parasocial relationship, me and you guys, because you watch me and you watch my content, and you know more about me than I know about you, so there's that parasocial relationship. And I don't even mean that in a negative way, just in a neutral stance of like, this is a parasocial relationship. If I open a Patreon, you are then paying to have a higher tier relationship with me than the people that are just watching my YouTube videos, but you still don't know me as a person. So isn't a Patreon more parasocial than just YouTube? So she did this whole thing to be like, you guys have parasocial relationships, that's unhealthy, but also subscribe to my Patreon so that you can learn more about my life and what's been happening to my life for me to be gone from YouTube. Like, do you not see? Do you not? This is why I said pseudo-intelligent, pseudo-deep. I hate this stuff. She basically said that she'll put sensitive information behind a paywall and explanations of what happened to her. Now, the Patreon info, if this is correct, I'm just not a massive user of Patreon, so... And some people hide all their information, so I actually didn't know that you could show this on Patreon, but I guess you can. Why am I just not? Oh, for sake. You know, just like everything is just not working on your laptop. Also, this laptop is on its like last legs, and it doesn't even have legs. I've had this laptop since 2019, 2020. It's the MacBook Pro, and it is quite the opposite of Pro at this point. But I feel like with MacBooks, you spend so much money on them that you're like, I'm going to wring the last bit of RAM out of you. I will drill you into the ground. It's at this point, it's not even a laptop anymore, it's a PC, because I have to have it plugged in at all times. I just had it plugged in for the last overnight, and yes, I know now what I'm doing is damaging the battery more, but bear in mind I was doing it all like safely and like healthy, like I wasn't using it while I was getting charged, blah blah, and like the battery's just dead because it's dead. But now I can't use it without having it plugged in, mainly when I'm running things like Final Cut Pro, right? Because it's such a sucker of energy. And so I had it plugged in for the last overnight, and then I had it plugged in until literally like an hour ago, and I did nothing but watch a YouTube video. I'm on 70%, and bear in mind, it was on 70% when I was charging it. Like, it just wouldn't go up to 100%. I opened it in the morning and it was on like 70%. So that's just where it's stuck. Yeah, I think I'm like wringing every bit of something out of this laptop, and then when I'm done with it and it's like ready for the dump, that's when I'll get a new one, because Apple just loves to do this. So on her Patreon, I joined as a free member by accident because I was trying to click something. So I guess you can join as a free member, and it says, welcome. As a free member, you'll get updates on public and free exclusive posts. And then we have different tiers. So we have, bear in mind, all of mine shows me in Great British pounds, not US dollars. So we have Lil Guppy, $6.50 a month. Exclusive, live vlog updates monthly. I'm like, so saying I could do that monthly. Trust guys, no refunds, no money back guarantees, behind the scenes content, general support. So once again, live vlog updates. Isn't that a parasocial relationship that you were talking about and complaining about? I don't know. And then it says, you might like big dogs, $13.50 a month. I don't have Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter, but I'd like to put my thoughts somewhere. Sent from my iPhone. Probably get more value than the first tier. I just can't define how. This is an artistic process. I'm completely sober whilst writing this. It's literally Wednesday at 10 a.m. So it'll be exclusive content, behind the scenes content, and general support. Then we have up close and personal. Sounds a bit parasocial to me. £43 a month. This is the price I value my most sensitive personal information at. So, I don't know. In this tier, you get an exclusive update video that details where I've really been for the past 5 years. You also get access to special group chat. So you get that top secret info about her life, hidden behind a £43 paywall. And she claims it's because she doesn't want those people that were sending her threats to have access to her personal information. So she's putting it behind a paywall as if, and that's not to say people that subscribe to people's Patreons are creepy, because I've subscribed to people's Patreons before, but surely if someone's super like parasocial with you and unhealthy, they'll pay the money more than someone who's just like a casual watcher of you. So it's not like you're putting all the creepy people away from the paywall and all the non-creepy people into your paywall. It's actually quite the opposite. Like, chances are the people that were sending you those threats are the kind of people that would pay for your Patreon just to find out what they can use against you. Do not sub to this tier, you get nothing. £254.50 a month. I guess you get extra special live chat, life advice, and child support by my definition of support. At the bottom it says total members 605, and I thought, wow, she could be raking in the money. But paid members is only 73, and so she's making £857.30 a month, which I've never seen that on anyone else's Patreon. Maybe I just haven't focused. But yeah, so she's making less than £1,000 a month. I mean, would I want £1,000 a month extra? Yeah, sure, but I don't think this is what she expected. She probably wanted a little bit more. That's just what I think anyway. But yeah, so I just want to know what you guys think about any of this. Yeah, that's it. I'm just opening up the conversation to you guys. Subscribe to the bell icon for engagement. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.